Leupold Deltapoint Pro. Let's go. All right, guys, welcome back. Eric here with Iraq Veteran 8888. So I've seen these optics floating around a little bit, and there's been a lot of memes and Instagram posts and little videos and things kind of popping up on these. And this is a new optic from Leupold called the Deltapoint Pro. And as you can see, it's definitely a departure from the standard type of red dot sight you're expected to see on something of this nature. You notice that on this Glock 19 slide, there is no cut or anything or special RMR cut like you'd see for a slide rider. It is a slide rider, but it replaces the rear sight on your Glock pistol. And it's a little bit of a departure because it's something drastically different than what has been seen out there with a lot of people. You notice on the back of the optic, there's sort of this faux rear sight. You do have a few dots back here that can line up with the front sight and be used to help you find the center of the diopter. And it's a very tiny, elongated diopter. And your eye, it takes a little bit of getting used to, but your eye kind of wants to find the center of that diopter. And it's a lot, you don't have that swimming effect that you get out of a larger optic, right? If you have an RMR, not to say that that's an issue, they're cool sights, but an RMR, you do have a lot of space. And for some people, it can get a little weird when you go to present the pistol. If you're not used to it, you find yourself swimming for that dot doing this number. And we've all done it, right? But this, it sort of forces your eye to find the center of that diopter. It's almost like a set of diopter sights on a military rifle. It makes me think of like an M1 Garand. When you pick up an M1 Garand or an M14 and you look down the sights, your eye will automatically always find the center of that sight. So a pair of diopter sights is always going to be more accurate on a rifle generally than anything else, than like an open tangent sight. So that's why a lot of the US service rifles with the diopter sights, you see that they kept the diopter sights even up through like the M16s, right? If you see a soldier that's issued an M16 with a carry handle on it, it still has diopter sights in the rear because I guess American shooters primarily too have gotten so used to using a rear diopter for that particular reason. So when you point the pistol, you sort of are forced to find that red dot, okay? So a few tiny little cons, right? So this little rear pad is your on-off switch and your battery cover here. So you unscrew this to change the battery out. In order to get the slide off of the frame, you do have to remove the battery cover to get it to clear, to disassemble the pistol and to reassemble the pistol. That's only a tiny detriment. Installation is super, super easy. You've just got basically a little keyed slot that goes down into your dovetail slot and a pair of screws that hold the unit on. Installation was quick and easy, and it was really easy to zero. A couple of other kind of pros to this would be that you don't have to have a special holster. You can use your standard issue holster, whatever you're running. If an RMR will clear in your holster, chances are this will too. Now, some of the other duty holsters that have like the triple retention with the little, the guy that like clicks over the back, right? You might have to have something special like that made, or maybe make a tiny modification because you do get a little bit of extra protrusion from the rear of the gun. Some will say this is an ugly looking setup. It is a little different, right? I wouldn't say ugly. I would say aesthetically probably unfamiliar, but definitely usable, and it approaches it from a standpoint of what you're trying to accomplish with your handgun. You can use whatever front sight you've already got. There might be a couple of exceptions. I mean, if you had a really tall front night sight, it might be a little wonky to zero, but not too bad. This is just a standard True Glow TSX up here in the front. We dropped our rear True Glow out of here in order to put the Deltapoint Pro on here. We got a Viridian C5 on this particular gun, and this is a standard Nibix Glock 19, pretty much a standard gun other than sights, original trigger, and all that stuff. This grip tape that's on this gun is from Handle It Grips, in case you guys are wondering about that. That's just a stick-on grip tape set. That's obviously not a stock part. All right, let's have a little bit of fun, shoot it some more. And I'm gonna slow down and try to get some good accuracy out of this. This is some 115 grain PMC bronze ball ammunition, okay? All right, let's have some fun. Okay. I am not shooting Glocks for crap today. All right, this is 124 grain Bellom ammunition, okay? Picks up really easy. I mean, once you get behind it, it's kind of right there. You don't really have to think about it. Once you find that dot, it's just like any other type of a slide riding sight. You know, if you pick up a standard RMR and you're the kind of person that fishes a little bit for it at first, that's fine. But it always seems like when she breaks that first shot, like maybe if you just co-witness the irons on a regular RMR, you always tend to pick up that dot. And once you find that dot, you just use the dot. And this is very, very similar. But in this manner, you do have those rear they're kind of blacked out dots on the rear. So that's just meant to kind of help you quickly find the center of the diopter a little bit quicker, because if you're an iron sight kind of guy, this is a great option because picking this up is a little bit more intuitive to get behind initially than running a traditional slide rider. And it is lower profile, at least from the top end of the pistol. You do add the battery compartment back here. The adjustments are very tactile and simple and easy to adjust. You just got your right and left, your windage elevation right here. Really cool stuff. All right, I'm gonna shoot a little bit more. This is some of our tool ammo, 115 grain ammunition. We'll try some steel case through this guy. Have a little fun. Maybe if I can take my time and shoot something here. We'll see. Nice. All right, this is gonna be all the ammo we're shooting here today. I got a few mags of 150 grain Syntec we'll try out. That ammo shoots so good through a variety of different guns. All right, have a little fun. I'll try to shoot a little bit more instinctively and not really, you know, think too much here. Just try to kind of go off the seat of my pants here. I was just looking at the dot there and just letting her rip. I think that more of the instinctive style of just kind of point and shoot and not really thinking too much about the process, I think is probably the better way to shoot red dots on handguns. And that's really, I believe, kind of what the intended purpose of these things is for rapid sight acquisition, fast follow-up shots. You're not trying to shoot tiny groups. You're trying to eliminate a threat that's in front of you. And if I had a guy charging at me with a knife, all of those 5 shots were pretty freaking fast, and all of those rounds would have been certainly in a area that would incapacitate a threat with a good carry round, okay? And you gotta think that's also pretty far away. The probably more likely aspect would be someone as close as these gongs right here in front of me, okay? I hit an innocent bystander back there. It's okay, he shouldn't have been there. It was only like that high over the target, but that's okay. All right, 150 grain Syntec. I love these rounds, man. I wish that they were easier to get. They're really not, unfortunately, especially right now. But if you don't know about these, this is their action pistol line from Federal. These are nice because they're moving just at the right speed to where they won't crack out of a suppressor. But this is meant to give you a certain power factor when it comes to competition. And with the type of coating that they put on these projectiles, these are great for shooting out of suppressors because you don't get all that extra, you know, jacket material, copper, lead, and everything that can get inside of your suppressor. So these are a fantastic option from Federal. I wish they were easier to get. Right now in this environment, very difficult ammo to procure. Normally it's priced very fair. Of course, right now we can't say the same, but let's try these out. Yes, sir, I like that. Dude, the recoil impulse on those 150s is like gentle, like it's not snappy. It's a smooth, super smooth recoil impulse. I love heavies in a 9mm, and that's why I carry 147s in a 9, because I like them. I feel like the heavier bullets are definitely, you know, not only better just because you're launching a heavier bullet, but the recoil impulse is real nice, and I feel like I could maybe shoot the gun a little more accurately and quicker by just having, you know, the recoil impulse is just a little different. It's hard to explain, but I do like the heavies in a 9 for that reason. Speaking of heavies, I've got a few soda bystanders back there. Maybe I can shoot those guys real quick. Oh, I can't hit the swinging one. All right, come on, swinging one. Oh, I am hitting it. I'm just hitting it high. Hang on, I'm gonna aim lower. Ah, finally. That's all right. We'll get it eventually. Accuracy by volume. Okay, our last mag here. I got a partial mag of Syntec. Yeah, I dig it. And I think the best way to treat an optic like this is just not to think about it. Don't think about it, just use it and just act like you're shooting irons like you normally would. And I think that's the best way to fall into an optic like the Deltapoint here. All right, I'll try a few long range shots just so we can see my abysmal failure here. All right. Good stuff. Guys, thanks for watching today's video. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm out of ammo here today. That's all I got. I shot every round I brought to the range with me today. If you're anything like me, it's been a little tough procuring ammunition, so we're doing the best we can. Hopefully that's an adequate demonstration. And maybe I did this gun some justice. Glocks and I have a love-hate relationship. I really do like this pistol, and I've shot this particular gun quite a bit. And I am always constantly struggling to try to get better and better with the Glock trigger. One day I'll get there. All right, but thanks for watching. That's been the Deltapoint Pro. Really cool piece of gear. You know, new thing from Leupold, not the kind of thing you see every day. You know, I'm sure it's gonna draw some hate from some people. You know, some folks may say it's ugly or a really odd aesthetic, but I think it's a viable option and priced pretty fairly. And you know from Leupold it's gonna be a good product, so something worth checking out. Guys, thanks for watching today. We hope you had a great day and hope you enjoyed today's video. We'll definitely take a moment to thank all of our Patreon supporters. You are amazing. Thank you for supporting what we do. Those of you who purchase man cans, t-shirts over on our website, go to Ballistic Ink, pick yourself up a snazzy, racy t-shirt. That would be great. If you wish to support us, those are the most direct ways you can do it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.